And at long last. And here we go again. Heading off into somewhat interesting looking weather. Look, Blondie, corn!
Can you hear me?
Yes.
The phone.
And a week later, I am back again. This is the stop I was sitting at for about an hour and a half before I finally admitted defeat and got that Uber over to that hotel. That was that was a rough week. I originally did one night in the hotel and then I extended it when I really wasn't feeling well. And then it was Friday, so I made the call to go back to my parents. And the first 4 days, I think, I was pretty much in bed the entire time, waking up to eat and take more NyQuil and go back to sleep. And then the last couple of days, I've gotten better. But my lungs still aren't back to 100%. I was never congested. The COVID test was negative when I took it, but I have some sort of a sinus infection draining down into my lungs and a couple other things, so hey, drives me crazy that I can work so damn hard, push so damn hard, and then end up derailed with something like this where there's pretty much nothing I can do. You know, there's only, if I'm a little bit sick, I can push through that, but at a certain point, there's just no way. On the plus side, it did give my feet time to heal up. I can still feel my right foot a little bit, but whatever was going on, it just needed time. So I am back a little bit north of Colorado Springs. I am going to be somewhere past that fire station I was hoping to stay when I had to derail. And then the following day I should be up in Rampart, camping up in the trees, hopefully. So I have 3 days of food on my back, and I will resupply when I go back down to Denver before I head up the hill. I was kind of kicking myself for not coming back out yesterday. It can just be hard to judge. I didn't want to get out here, think I was better, take off like a shot, and then have to get picked up again. My parents are only an hour away, but they're also an hour away, and I hate people going out of their way on account of my adventure choices. Similar to the post-COVID period in 2022, I can feel my lungs aren't back to normal yet. That's okay though. Even if I can't pull 25, 30 mile days, I'm better off getting partial days at this point versus sitting still. The days I haven't been hiking have been largely the same. Pretty mornings with occasional rough storms in the afternoon, though I did hear from one local who said that storm that I hid out from day before I went into Dave's was the worst they'd seen in quite a while. Glad to see my usual weather luck is continuing. See, this is so mellow and pleasant. I knew something was up when I was struggling and not having any fun. So that flattish bump at the end of the range is Cheyenne Mountain, aka where they have the Stargate. And I am now finally out of view of Pikes Peak, at least for the moment. Okay, that is signage I approve of. Oh, I love me a good water bottle filling station. So at least so far my lungs are doing okay. I did take some Dayquil back at that break spot. My feet are really hurting, but that's kind of expected. While you're hiking day after day, there's a certain amount of, yeah, they hurt, but they manage. You know, it's the whole take a recovery ride after you do a bike century sort of thing. Versus when I come off trail and I stop, you know, I spent a week where I minimized the amount of time I was walking around because it hurt. And as a result, there is a certain amount of inflammation and pain that should start getting better in a day or two, assuming nothing too big crops up. Hey guys, no food. Yeah, so there was a shorter route that went up from Pueblo to Colorado Springs, and just like I thought, it would follow this. Interesting. And pretty much right on schedule. See how this goes today. Okay, so this is actually where I should have ended up the day I had to bail off into that hotel. There is a fire station another mile or two on the other side of those tracks, and they'd given me permission to camp. Today I'm going to try and go a little further. I was just messaging or emailing a fire station a little further on, seeing if I could get the same sort of deal. Otherwise, I'll have to get creative and just hope there's tree cover up ahead. Oh, this is a bummer. 4:30, and this would make for spectacular camping. I would be secure, all of that, but I'm not quite ready to pull over, and I need to go into Larkspur up here anyway for water. And it looks like I'm going to be on roads for a good while, so we'll see. There is a fire department 10 miles past Larkspur. That might be an option. I'm a little worried about pushing my feet. Haven't heard back from them. But hey, actual camping. I get to use this decorative tent and sleeping bag I've been dragging along for however many weeks. Okay, these guys let me fill my water, so I've got a gallon of water on my back again. And I'll see how much of these 10 miles I want to do. Still haven't heard back from the fire department though, unfortunately. And sadly, back on the roads for a while. Oh yeah, 8 pounds of water on my back, traffic, uphill, into a thunderstorm. Good times. Also, I don't know what this place is, but I would totally camp there if I met somebody. Okay, 6 o'clock and I've come about 20 miles. My feet are still hurting quite a bit, so if I can find a secure camp spot, I am pretty much in the market at this point. I got hopeful because somebody wanted to know what I was up to, but sadly he's just visiting. This is not looking overly promising. I have been checking things out on my private property satellite layer. This, for example, was one I thought might be a possibility. It's basically a country club park property, so I think that's probably not the best. At least so far, everything I've been eyeing has been fenced and had houses around it. So at the moment, if there's nothing else, I just go to that firehouse, set up, and talk to anybody that comes over. I was really hoping I would hear back from them, but oh well. Once again, I had all sorts of camping options until it actually came down to go time. Story of my life. And of course, frustrating thing is I did have this section all worked out. If I'd been able to make Larkspur that day, I would have been up into an area where I would have had public land camping the next day, but oh well, we'll see what works out. And it is either wide open or impenetrable and or not flat. Damn it. Well, damn it. I am not liking this. That's what I get for assuming something's gonna work out. Every now and then it doesn't. Okay, there is something a mile off trail that looks like an open space that should work out. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so this is listed as an open space public land, so this will work. 8:42 and I am ready to crawl into the tent for the night. Home sweet home, back in the tent at long last.